clock. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so the minutes have been distributed to everybody. If there are no changes, may I have a motion to accept the minutes as distributed?
I'll move it.
Okay, Mr. Moore? Mr. Girassi seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
We gotta go around the table.
No,
No.
Oh.
that's why we moved it.
Are we good now?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm an aye as well. Supervisors' comments. I don't have many today, other than to say that we were, in our earlier meeting, we were talking about budgeting, and we are pretty much on an austerity budget right now, because if you didn't see the paper on Wednesday, the county's talking about a $100 million deficit, and that's as of June. The state's in dire straits with the COVID, as well as the other civil unrest that we have going on now. So we thought that it was prudent to just try and spend money as frugally as we can, and to save as much as we can for next year's budget, because no one here can say how much we're going to have, and we certainly do not want to raise taxes, because I think there's going to be enough taxes being raised across the state and county to go along for everybody. So that's where we're at for right now. That's about all I have to say today. Mr. Moore.
Yeah, I very often talk about our community and all the wonderful people we have in our community. And we do, and I often glaze over the fact that there are, in fact, not as good people in our country, in our world. And my heart goes out to George Floyd's family. I think we have to be very, very careful in vetting the people we give power and authority to. I think power mixed with prejudice is a very dangerous thing, and we're seeing it, and we're seeing the fallout from it. And I just hope we learn, we grow, and we come together. And again, my heart goes out to those people affected. Thank you.
Mr. Girassi.
I'll stick to the agenda tonight.
Mr. Girassi.
I will stick to the agenda as well.
Mr. Diamond.
I'm going to stick to the agenda tonight.
Okay, looks like it's going to be a short meeting here. The regular agenda items, there's only a couple of things on our agenda tonight. May I get a motion to authorize the highway superintendent to sign the water main extension permit from Aqua for the Timberbank Section 3 Phase 4 12-inch water main extension with no pavement to be cut.
I'll move that.
I'll-
Go ahead, John.
I'll second it.
Okay, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Supervisor Wicks.
Pardon me?
It's in your folder, so if you could just show that to Jerry tomorrow to sign, Al, just so you know.
Jerry has the copy,
Yeah.
the original was sent to Jerry,
So this is my copy then?
yes.
Okay, good, all right, so make sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to, this
I'll
is,
take that back then.
is this for Jerry to sign or for me to sign?
Al gave Jerry the original.
No, Jerry, they mailed Jerry the original.
Oh, they mailed it to him,
Yeah.
Okay, so who needs to sign
I'll
this?
take that back.
Okay,
That's just our copy then.
Okay.
Just make sure I get that back.
yep. Yep.
Thanks. Thanks, Al.
Okay. Okay, if there's no opposed, motion carried. May I get a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the Aqua hydrant installation permit for the Timberbank Section 3 Phase 4 development, which includes 5 new hydrants in the existing Timberbanks water supply district.
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Well, I hope they put your name in here instead of the misspelled former town supervisor's name.
Oh, yeah, well, we'll fix that, yeah. Anything else? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. New business. Anyone have any new business? No new business. Just then, to follow up on Mr. Moore's comments, a lady came in today, an elderly lady, and she was a resident of Lysander, and she was at a local grocery store up in Clay. And while she was in there, somebody started hassling her about wearing the face mask that everyone is supposed to be wearing. I didn't ask her if the other person was wearing a mask or not. When she went up to the manager of the store kind of blew it off, and she started crying. I mean, she's probably in her mid to late 80s. So she went outside and called the police. A short while later, the state police showed up because she was being harassed. They go into the store. When they come out, they had her groceries. And she said, well, I didn't pay for them. And the two troopers said, well, we took care of that for you. So it was about $140 worth of groceries. And the troopers' names, I think, and they're out of Lysander, is Trooper Amadon and Trooper Zaccanino. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I was in law enforcement for 39 years, and I can tell you that's the rule. That's how I've always seen police officers operate. Are there bad apples in the profession, in the police profession? Certainly. It's just like any profession, regardless of where you are, doctors, lawyers, whomever. There's always bad actors, but you have 800,000 police officers in the country, and on a daily basis, they're all brothers and sisters, mothers, fathers, sons and daughters of people, and they're out there trying to do the right thing. And I think that sometimes it gets distorted by the media on what these people are actually doing. Nobody that I know that's a police officer that saw what went on in Minnesota with Mr. Floyd thought that that was appropriate. In fact, everybody to the person, and anybody I know, and anything I've seen on TV, everybody knows that that was wrong. That was a criminal act. I mean, it's pretty clear. I'm not going to judge them right now. Everybody has their due process, but I don't think it looks good for those 4 police officers. But the other police officers that are working on a day-to-day basis do a phenomenal job. And what's missing in all of this part, when people go out and just start attacking and murdering people, a veteran police officer that was doing some security work out in St. Louis, he happened to be a black retired police captain, was murdered, and it was actually put on Facebook. Now, that doesn't do anybody any good, and that isn't protesting because of injustice. And then when you see police officers being run over by these anarchists and these criminals, that doesn't do anybody any good, and sometimes that's lost. The whole thing is a bad situation, but nobody disagrees with what occurred was criminal, but also what else is going on is criminal, and hopefully we can move forward and get this thing settled. But it's the police officers today that this elderly lady just happened. I'm not going to mention her name. I don't want to embarrass her, but she came in today and told me this story, and I was able to run down those 2 troopers, and that's an example of the type of policing that you have in Onondaga County with the Ballsville Police Department, with the other towns and villages, with the Sheriff's Department and State Police. We're very fortunate here. Other communities may not be that fortunate, but I can say without a doubt Onondaga County is. So I thought that was important to just mention. Anybody else have any other new business? Mr. Jurassic?
I just want to compliment you, Bob, because what you just said was right on target. It was perfectly and well said. You know, there's nothing that has been disturbing me to hear this generality that cops are bad. I mean, they put their lives on the line every single day that they go to work. So I didn't want you to be alone in expressing that opinion. I support everything you said 100%.
I'd like to go on the record and say that I support it as well. I hope that I didn't come across saying.
No, I didn't.
Because I certainly
No,
don't want to.
I didn't take it that way. I just wanted to, I understood what you said. I just wanted to share this with people because I don't think anyone in this room thinks, has a negative, thinks negatively of police. I think that we're all in unison that we know we have good policing. And listen, when police do the wrong thing, they should be prosecuted. They should answer for their crimes when they do that. And when citizens don't think that they're being heard by their government, they should go out and protest. That's what they should be doing. But protesting and rioting and looting are two different things. Protesting, yes. Rioting and looting, that's just as criminal as any other crime that bad police may perpetrate. So that's all I have on that. Anybody else? Okay. I don't have any reason going into executive session. Does anybody else? No? Okay, so it's going to be a short meeting tonight. May I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Okay. We're adjourned at, motion carried, and adjourned at 6:11.